Hiya.
Hello.
Welcome to the Geeky Girls Knit podcast. I'm Cece, also known as Java Pearl.
I'm Dammy, also known as Dammy's Doodles.
And we're glad to have you today. Today is Wednesday, the 10th of August, 2016. It really is. Because I totally messed up the date last week.
It was still July last week.
I've said this before, but Dammy and I have a shared Google document in Google Drive where we do the week's show notes, but that way we can add stuff in throughout the week instead of having to do it all at once at the end. And I just missed changing the date. So, yeah. So it really is Wednesday, the 10th of August, 2016. This is episode, oh my gosh, episode 205. 205. Sorry if my brain is not totally engaged. I just got home a few minutes ago from my pre-op appointment at the hospital. But we'll talk a little bit about that at the end as to how that affects the podcast. Okay, we'd like to say a big welcome back. We love you guys. To all our returning viewers, and a big hiya to any new viewers. Thanks for giving us a shot. We hope you enjoy the show. Dammy, we have some people who joined the Ravelry group and introduced themselves this week, so why don't you give them a shout out?
Okay. Meg, who is Knitter-Gatherer from Michigan. Darcia, who is Darcia D. from Washington. Verena, who is Knit Live Love from Germany. Robin, who is R. Winters 437 from Michigan. And Anvita, who is Anvita Sinha 1 from India.
Welcome, we're so glad to have you guys. So Dammy, if somebody's not a member of our Ravelry group that now has over 1,500 members,
Ooh.
What should they do and why?
You should join and introduce yourself in our introductions thread because you will get a shout out on our next episode and you will be able to participate in all our cals and giveaways.
Awesome. All right, well, we have some monogamous knitting to talk about and some yummies and some TV, which has mostly been Olympics watching and a few other things. So we should get started. Here we go.
And now we're going to talk about what's on our needles.
So what's on your needles, Dammy?
So the Ravelinics are going. Yay. Yay. So for the Ravelinics, the project that I meant to do, that I set out to doing, that the one project I wanted to do for the Ravelinics, instead of the second project, was the Optical Delusion Conflagration by Kim McBride Evans on a US 2.5, 3mm, and the yarn is Easy Knits, Deeply Wicked in the Wick colorway. It's so pretty.
But you're calling this project what?
I Hope That You Burn.
Okay, and would you explain it?
It's from Hamilton, because there's a song sung by Eliza. It's called Burn. It's about fire.
What is she wanting to burn?
Her husband.
Because?
Because he was a terrible, terrible man.
Okay. So how many flames of fire do you have in this thing?
She wants to burn her husband. Okay, so...
You see that I'm just kind of ignoring that and moving on. How many flames of fire do you have?
I don't know how many, separate flames there are going to be.
Can you hold it closer so they can see?
Ta-da. There are 4 separate charts, and I have worked the first one, and now I'm on to the second one. Okay. But you work, the third chart, 11 times. So, and I'm in the middle of a row.
Is it 1 flame per chart?
No.
Okay.
It's all a bunch. It's all just, meshed together.
Okay. Alrighty. And how do you think, do you feel like you're going to get it done by the end of Ravelinics?
I think so.
Okay.
It's so tiny.
And it's a scarf.
Yes.
We didn't say that. You didn't say that.
I've marked the right side.
With a locking stitch marker, as one does. Okay. You have anything else to say about that, or are you working on anything else?
Nope.
Okay.
She wants to burn her husband. I'm not going to work on it right now because you have to count for every row.
Okay.
So what's on your needles?
Well, I guess technically two things. So, but I'm not working on it right now. My 10 stitch zigzag blanket by Frankie Brown that I'm doing on US 4 3.5 mil needles. Okay, wait, I have to like clarify this because usually I say like 3.5 mil needles and some people think I'm like saying one whole word.
One whole world?
One whole word. But I'm really saying mil needles. 3 mil needles. It's
3.5 million needles.
But it's just like coming together 3.5 mil needles. I'm not saying millimeter needles. I'm saying mil, like centi.
Deci.
Yeah.
Hecta.
That's what I'm saying.
Hecta.
But I think it's really funny that people think I'm saying something else.
Wait, is hecta?
Hectagon?
I don't think that's a thing.
Is that not a number thing? I mean, a measurement thing?
Let's just Google it.
So okay, so I finished.
Hectagon. It's 100 gone.
Okay.
100-sided polygon.
Okay. So I finished my stripe that I was knitting out of Ginger's hand-dyed Swell You sock in the puffin colorway. And you're seeing it on the screen right now. Isn't it beautiful?
Did you know that puffins are green?
Yep. Not really.
They like to be in the green water.
Yep. So, so I finished that stripe on Friday night when the Ravelinics were also starting very late for us Friday night. So I finished that. And so now it's in time out during Ravelinics, and then I'll start it back up after Ravelinics. What I am knitting on for the Ravelinics, well, one of 4 things, but 3 of them are preemie hats, and they happen just in one little bit.
You split some.
I know I did. I'll fix it. It's okay. It's just on my provisional thing. So I am knitting the Arcaform sweater, which is a sweater by my friend Kirsten K.M. Bettigan. Here's the picture of it from the pattern. And yes, I am making that long of one. Because how awesome is that? So I'm doing this on US 11s, 8 mil needles. And I'm using Knit Picks Wool of the Andes Bulky in the Wallaby, Wine, and Crush colorways.
Wallaby wine.
Wallaby Wine.
Crush the wallaby wine.
So, okay, this is the back. So this, and it's going to be, this color just does not photograph well. This is the Crush colorway. And then this is the Wallaby colorway.
Isn't it green?
It's not green, it's gray.
It's
and then
green.
I've just added the Wine colorway. So, okay, let go please. So I've done, the front is done too. It's just rolling it. So it's very long. So I've done a lot. Can you see all this? So I've knit about 4 1/4 out of, well, I said 16 skeins, but I didn't end up needing the 3rd skein of the Wallaby. So 15 skeins. Possibly 14 because I may not use the other one of the Wine. Because when I bought the yarn for this, I needed to knit a bigger size. But hello, I've lost over 3 stones. I don't need the bigger size anymore. So it might be 14 skeins. But I've knit 4 1/4 ish, not counting what I've knit today. So that is, and I'm doing this for Team Sasquatch. No, Team Pre-Processed Yarnies. The preemie hats I'm doing for Team Sasquatch. So this is Team Pre-Processed Yarnies that I'm doing it for. You didn't say what team you were on.
Oh, I'm on the Nerdy Knitters group team. Team I Can Do That.
Yes, after Star Trek. Yeah, that's it. Monogamous knitting. Who knew? Well, so we say that, but I have a lot of FOs to show you. And you have one too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we should move on to the next segment.
And now we're going to talk about our finished projects.
And you finished an epic project this week.
Yes.
Why don't you show them the picture first and then show them all of them? Okay, tell us what this is.
So this is the solar system that I made for my friend Noah, who just turned 5. Ta-da! I started it in April.
So what patterns did you use to do this?
I modified the stockinette short row sphere by Brent Annable, and I used the spheroid and oblong by Alison Griffith for one of them. This one. Oh, Maya.
And you did on US 1.5, 2.5 mil, and it's a lot of different yarns.
Yes.
Okay, so why don't you start with the sun and go out from there?
Okay, some of them are not perfectly spherical, but it's okay. So, this is the sun.
Here comes the sun,
Thank you.
little darling. Would you like me to put them on the shelf as you say them?
No.
You're gonna put them in the floor?
Yes.
You're gonna throw the sun around.
Yes.
Okay.
And so, I'm going in the order that they go from the sun. So this is Mercury. Nice and gray. Venus, very kind of lopsided because I didn't put enough stuffing in it.
It's okay.
So here's Earth and the moon, our moon.
Luna.
They're sewed together.
You've got the whole world and the moon in your hands.
Thank you. Mars, the red planet.
Yep.
Where is it? Okay. This is one of the dwarf planets series. It's teeny.
Yep.
There goes. I used gray for lots of them. And then Jupiter is also kind of lopsided. I'm not sure why. There's Jupiter. It has a spot.
That you duplicate stitched on.
Yeah.
I think that might be your favorite. You're very proud of that one.
Yeah. There it goes. Here's Saturn. I almost said the wings. The rings are kind of lopsided too. This is a very lopsided project because somehow I didn't end up picking up the stitches all the way around it evenly. And also I think I should have done increases while knitting the rings because now it just looks like, well, that's not bad.
That's not bad like that.
Yeah.
That's what you meant to do, right?
Yes. Uranus. It's very blue.
Mm-hmm.
So sad.
I'm so
But what's
busy.
even bluer is Neptune that I had to use 2 yarns to do because I ran out of the other yarn.
But I like it. I like the effect.
Woo. Okay, there's all the regular planets. So, yes. Now we're on to the rest of the dwarf planets. So here's Pluto.
That's a regular planet.
No, it's not. It's a dwarf planet. Pluto. Haumea. This is the weirdly shaped one. Woo.
So does it still rotate like a spherical planet?
I don't think it rotates like this. I think it's more of a like.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
I think. I'm not exactly sure.
I wonder if Noah knows.
I'm not an expert.
We should ask Noah. He might know.
Oh. And then Maki Maki. It's pink.
That's my favorite because it's pink.
Well, it's more of a rosy color.
It's pink.
And then the last one, Iris. Iris. I can't figure out how to say this one. Ta-da!
Fabulous. And you printed out the chart that shows which is which so that Katie doesn't have to answer it 30
Who is Katie?
Noah's mama. Doesn't have to answer 30 zillion times a day. Which planet is this? See, I was smart. I was like, I see justice. Yep. So how do you feel having this done?
Yay! No more solar systems.
and you're going to give it to Noah tomorrow. I bet he's going to love it. I think he's going to freak out.
I just hope they don't lose some of the smaller ones.
Because Noah has a little brother.
They should put them in their own basket or bag. I made him a bag for his last birthday. They could all go in there.
That's a great idea. You should suggest that.
I should find it first. I mean, they have it. I don't know where it is. I don't think it's with all their toys.
Ask Katie. I bet she knows.
Ta-da.
Well, great job. Thanks. Anything else you finished?
No.
Okay.
So what did you finish?
A lot. So first up, and I finished these on Friday. I finished my I Need Coffee in an IV Stat socks. These are shorty ones with a rolled cuff. I used my French Vanilla Cappuccino sock pattern, and then I just kept going and stocking it, and then bound off and stocking it so that it would roll.
Bound off and stocking it?
Mm-hmm. In knitted stitch.
Did you use any surprisingly stitchy bind off?
Yes. I only did it in the knit way, though.
Oh.
Because it's not ribbed. This yarn, did I say? Yeah, French Vanilla Cappuccino socks. That's my sock pattern. I used US 1.5, 2.5 mil needles, and the yarn is Knitting in France 2 at a time socks in the You've Been Gilmore colorway. And I know they don't perfectly match, and that's okay. I'm alright with that. So I think they turned out cute. I really like them. So I finished these on Friday. That was 168 meters for Stash Dash.
Thank you.
Okay, are you guys ready for this?
This is a catastrophe.
It's chaos. So you know that hat that I was working on last week that I mentioned was like either going to be angel singing or like epic like I think it's
your voice sounded like some sort of thing revving up. An engine revving up.
But let me say this. It's not the pattern and it's not the yarns. It was just the combination of everything. But there's going to be somebody out there that is going to love this hat. It's going to go in the charity knits parcel to go to charity.
Oh, I thought you meant like charity store here.
No, no, no.
Because like if we send it to a charity store here, someone would pick it up and we would just see someone along the streets of Edinburgh wearing that hat. That would be funny. Let's do that.
Yeah, I don't know. We shall see. So the pattern is Curvity by my friend Kirsten Bettigan, the one that did the Archiform sweater. I used US 4's 3.5 mil needles and US 6's 4 mil needles. And I used some hand spun from Shamu Makes. And I used Plymouth Yarn Baby Alpaca Worsted Glow in the Coral colorway and Woolly Knit Lofty in the Coal colorway. So I want to show you the hat first. So here's the hat. Okay.
Guess what's hiding behind it?
Are you guys ready for this?
It's awful.
It's not awful. It's freaking awesome. It's epic.
It's heavier than someone's head, probably.
It's epic. So I had the yarn left after I knit the hat, and I was like, I'm going to make an epic pom-pom. And so I did. Are you guys ready for this?
No. No. Oh. Isn't that a heavy hat?
I don't know. I can't see the pom. Look, the pom-pom hangs all the way down there.
Because it's heavier than the hat itself. It's going to, like, pull it off your head.
You should wear it on top of your head like this. So I have...
To do that, you should turn the hat around.
Oh, you could do that. So I've renamed this the most epic pom-pom hat ever.
Oh my gosh. That is terrible.
Yeah. The most epic pom-pom hat ever.
No.
Look at it bouncing.
That's terrible. It's like it's mocking me.
So this is 285.8 meters for Stash Dash. 285.8 meters for Stash Dash. Yeah.
No, I don't want it. I don't want it.
I'm just setting it there so I can show them the last thing. And then I finished this week's preemie hat. This is number 32 for the year. This is my top-down preemie hat pattern on Ravelry. It's a free pattern. I used US 6's 4mm needles, and the yarn is Mirasol Yarn Hacho in the 328 colorway. And again, I did the lace on it so that I could claim it lace laurel for the Ravelinics.
Have you gotten your laurels yet?
No, I have not.
Oh, I didn't say something about my project.
Okay, hold on. So this is 38.8 meters for Stash Dash. So that puts me for Stash Dash at a total of 7,957.6 meters. So I have 2 more preemie hats and my Archiform sweater. I don't know that I'm going to reach 10,000. And that's okay, because my goal was 5,000 with a stretch goal of 7,000. So I've reached that. So I've done well. My hair is like funny now from the hat. So it's okay if I don't reach it. But I'm going to just keep going and see what happens. What would you like to say that you forgot to say?
Okay, so I entered the whole solar system thing into the Whips wrestling finish line for the Ravelinics. But I already got my team laurels.
Which are?
So I got colorwork laurel, a duplicate stitch laurel, a stash laurel, because all of it was in my stash for more than 6 months, and a for science laurel.
Because the teams can make their own laurels.
Yeah.
So
For science.
for science.
I wonder what laurels my scarf will get. And Eliza deserved better laurel.
A for fire laurel. Or watch it burn laurel.
Yes.
Okay, we have been like talking in this segment for like hours. So we should move on to the next segment. And now it's time for our favorite part of the show. Yummies. What are yummies, Dammy?
Yummies are our current favorite things, things we like, things we want to talk to you about.
Yummies. What is yummy, Dammy?
Okay, so yesterday was Eliza Schuyler's birthday. Eliza Hamilton. Eliza Schuyler Hamilton.
How many years?
259.
Wow.
But she looks 25. Dermatologists hate her.
Okay.
You know those ads? Like, dermatologists hate him.
So you wanted to show us something.
Yes, I drew something for her birthday. So I pieced together the main cast information and the standby information and the understudy information to draw everyone who could have played Eliza
In the Hamilton musical.
Yes. And then I drew them all. Oh, wait. Okay. Ta-da! I posted it on Instagram, too.
So can you tell us who these are?
Okay, so from left
From
to
right, starting right here.
from left. Don't put your finger on it.
I was just trying to point to right there.
Yeah. From left to right, it's Philippa Sue, Alicia Deslorio. I think that's how you say her name. Carly Bettiol, Emmy Raver Lampman, R.A. Afsar, Elizabeth Judd, and Lexi Lawson.
Awesome.
I love Emmy's hair. She's got amazing hair.
Pretty cool.
Ta-da!
Ta-da. Now we would like to talk to you about Olympics. So we are not really sports people,
Yes.
except for the Olympics. We like the Olympics. So we've watched a lot of Olympics this week. Our favorites are gymnastics, both men's and women's, swimming, diving, and occasionally I like some beach volleyball, but not like the whole team one. I like just like the 2-player one, two on each team. But we haven't had time to watch any of that.
And the track.
And sometimes I like some of the track. It just depends. So we have been watching epic amounts of Olympics and knitting. That's how I've gotten so much knit on my sweater. Do you want to say anything about the Olympics?
No.
They're awesome. We really enjoy it. But people, please quit getting hurt. Please. It scares me.
I don't think they can help it.
Well, At least they could try. I'm just telling them that I don't like it when they get hurt because then I get all worried about them. Yes. Okay, do you want to see anything else about the Olympics?
No.
We went to a museum. What museum did we go to and what was in it?
The Writers' Museum. It is dedicated to the lives and works of three of Scotland's best-known writers. Robert Burns, Sir Walter Scott, and Robert Louis Stevenson.
Yes. Now, we would not recommend that you go to this
During the
Fringe.
Because you have to go on the Royal Mile to get to it.
But also be aware that there's low doorways and uneven stairs. So
the stairs were very big.
It was a little bit of an adventure for me to get up and down them. But it was pretty cool. It was a small museum. So we're going to put photos at the end of the podcast, but we did pick up postcards. You want to show yours?
Yes, by writers who are not in the museum. Pride and Prejudice. Yeah.
And then I got The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. So, yep. Okay. So after the epic debacle of the epic Pom-Pom hat, this was supposed to be my winter hat, and that's not happening. But I had to go to Ginger Twist Studio this week, our local yarn shop, because I had to drop off some stuff for Jess. And I bought yarn to make me a hat. So what I'm going to use is, for the body of the hat, I'm just going to do a solid one yarn for the body of the hat this time. I'm going to use Rainbow Heirloom Sweater, which is a DK worsted weight in the Fluffy Bunny colorway.
Fluffy Bunny.
I've used this colorway before, but in a different weight of yarn. And then I'm going to make a pom-pom out of Lofty, which is a chunky weight, in raspberry colorway.
Chunky weight? Is that a thing?
Or is it bulky?
I think you're confusing one of Jess's bases.
No, there is a...
I don't think there's a chunky weight. I think it's bulky. Like, compare it with your yarn for your sweater.
I don't know. I think it's chunky weight. So yeah, so that is going to be my hat. Fluffy Bunny with a raspberry pom-pom. It will be epic. It won't be the epic pom-pom hat because you can only have one epic pom-pom hat.
So are you going to use all the yarn to make the pom-pom?
I don't know yet.
Don't. It'll weigh down your head.
You can put the whole pom-pom inside that.
I don't.
And then I have to show you my sheepy because my...
It's covered in hair.
Yes, it's okay. It's because of the wool. My counselor gave me this sweet little sheepy. There's something on it. To be my buddy during surgery and recovery. I posted on the social medias yesterday. Look at its tail. Yesterday, asking for suggestions for names, and there was lots of suggestions. I haven't decided yet what the sheepy's name is going to be. I told Dammy I should name it the doctor, and then when the doctor comes in, I'll have to be like, so sorry, I need to consult with my doctor.
No. They'll think there was some sort of reaction with the medication they gave you and your medication.
So, yeah. Cute, cute sheepy. I think that's everything for Yummies other than our normal stuff. Yes? So let's talk about hashtag GGK Crafty Pad. What is it?
It stands for Geeky Girls Knit Crafty Photo a Day Challenge. We have a list of prompts for each month. So you take a look at the prompt for that day, take a picture related to it, and post it anywhere you like. But we pick our favorites from Instagram.
Yes. August list is kind of a, just, it doesn't have like a really like a theme. So, but like today's picture when we're recording this, the prompt is hashtag WIDN, what I'm doing now. We should take a picture while we're podcasting so I can post it. So we are about to show them something.
2 photos from us that we liked and 5 photos from other people that we liked.
So here come the photos. So those are our favorite photos. Great job, everybody. We just took a photo. I'll post it when we finish recording. So it's never too late to join in.
Participate.
You take a look at the prompt, interpret it however you would like. We are very open to that. Take a photo, post it on Instagram. Make sure you use the hashtag #GGKCraftyPad because if it's not there, we can't find your photo. And yours might get chosen, especially if it has a kitty in it because Dammy is obsessed. Okay, let's talk about upcoming events.
So we will be vending at the Yarn Emporium in London on Saturday the 5th and Sunday the 6th of November with Lola of Third Vault Yarns and Sam of Knit Run Dig Project Bags.
Yes. This is an event put on by Yarn in the City. And then we highly recommend that you do that. You do Yarn Emporium and then you do some sightseeing in and around London. And then you come to the Geeky Puffin Knit Palooza, which is a knitting retreat that you and I and our friend Sam are co-hosting. This year it's going to be in Farnham, England, which is about 50 miles southwest of London, from Thursday the 10th of November through Sunday the 13th of November. We're a little over halfway full. If you would like to find out more details or sign up to attend the retreat, you can go to
geekypuffinknitpalooza.com.
And we'll be opening extra classes to the public in September. In case you're not able to attend the whole retreat, but you'd like to take some classes, a class or classes. And the vendor market will be open to the public on Saturday, the 12th in the afternoon, for a £3 entry fee or a donation of a knit or crochet item for charity. That's it. So I think we're ready to move on to the next segment.
And now we're going to talk about what we're reading and watching.
So what are we reading?
The Summer of Austen is still going on. It never ends. It's going...
Goes on and on, my friends.
Yeah. So right now we are reading Sensibility.
That one guy, he is mean.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Willoughby.
Willoughby. He is mean. I think I've read this book before, but I really don't remember it or what happens. So, yeah. And then we will finish up with
Mansfield Park,
which will start next week. You also finished reading another book.
Yes, Pride and Prejudice and Zombies by Seth Grahame-Smith and Jane Austen.
Yes.
It's ridiculous.
It's sitting on my table over there to read.
Yeah.
So, are you reading anything else?
No.
Okay. I am still reading Coming Back to God When You Feel Empty, Whispers of Restoration from the Book of Ruth by Tanya Marlowe. And I'm enjoying that. And then I'm rereading The Gifts of Imperfection by Brene Brown. I highly recommend this. It is so good. And then fiction-wise, some of what I have read this week are The Professor, which is from the McMurtry and Drake legal thriller series by Robert Bailey. So it's as the series says, it's a legal thriller.
Like, is this guy gonna go to jail or not?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, it was not, well, kind of. Because, so there was a truck accident that killed the driver of the truck and a mother and father and a little 2-year-old. And the mother of the mother in the car, so yeah, sued the trucking company. And yeah, so I won't spoil it, but it was good. And then I also read Everything We Keep by Carrie Lonsdale. So this one was interesting. So it was about this guy who died in a boating accident, and he was engaged to be married, but then maybe he didn't die.
Is it a series?
No. No, you find out what happens by the end of the book.
Oh.
I don't want to spoil it for them.
Okay, but we've given a spoiler warning.
I know, but yeah. But I want you to read it. It was really pretty interesting. I was like, oh, I didn't see that coming. And then I've been reading the Rachel Scott series by Tracy Hohenstein. I read books 1 through 4. This is a missing persons series. So the main lady, Rachel Scott, her daughter was abducted, and she's still looking for her like 7 years later. But as out of what happened, she started this agency that works with the FBI and police to help find missing people. So
you read too fast.
Sorry, I'm a speed reader. And that's everything that I'm reading that I'm talking about today.
I need to put together a list of things to read for the coming school year.
Yep, which starts in a week and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about what we've been watching besides the Olympics.
So we have been rewatching season 7 of Star Trek Voyager. We only have like 10 episodes left.
If that.
Maybe less than that. The next one I think is Q2.
Yes, it is. It is.
I remember watching that episode.
So, and then you and I are watching series 2 of the Bletchley Circle.
We only watched one.
Yeah, because we got distracted by the Olympics. I'm watching series 2 of Rosemary and Thyme, which is from 03, 04, and it's gardeners who solve mysteries. It's kind of like Murder, She Wrote. And then the hubs and I finished rewatching season 2 and are rewatching season 3 of Numbers. It's awesome. And you can talk about the last one.
And we are also watching season 2 of Dark Matter. So, Mind Collection. They're collecting minds.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there was Nyx's brother, and there was a mind collection. A collective, like the Borg.
Well, they were collecting these people and putting them in these pods, stasis pods, to have their minds. They were collecting minds.
I choose you.
Yep. And that's everything we're watching besides the Olympics, which we're watching mostly. Like I have like 3 or 4 different things of Olympics open over there on our computer that we watch TV on.
It's good that the Olympics aren't going on all the time.
I know, because we would never get anything done.
Only every 2 years. That's
yes, good. Yes. All right, well, we have 3 cows to talk about today, so we should move on to the next segment. And now it's time for the summertime and the living is easy.
Cal.
You sang it.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
That wasn't...
You were like, Cal.
No. I was like, Cal.
No, you were like, Cal.
No.
Yes.
No.
We have this on video. We could roll it back and watch.
No.
Okay. This is for... This started June the 1st and it runs through the end of this month, the 31st of August. It's for any project you knit, crochet, weave, or spin that you can convince us is related to summertime. No whips are allowed. You have to start your project June 1st or later and finish it by the 31st of August. Feel free to poly dip in other cows as long as it fits with the other rules. We have loads of lovely prizes that are currently on the screen. If you'd like to know more about these prizes, you can go to the website
geekygirlsknit.com.
Or tune in to the first podcast of every month where we talk about them in detail. Thank you so much to our sponsors who donated these prizes. You're amazing. We love you guys. So for every project you finish and post, you get one entry into the prize giveaway. You must be a member of the Geeky Girls Knit podcast group on Ravelry to participate. The tag for the Cal is GGK Summertime 16. We will lock the FO thread the morning of the 1st of September and draw winners on the next podcast after that. If you are a winner, you'll have 30 days to claim your prize or you forfeit it. Which there's some prizes out there that have not been claimed from the 200th episode giveaways. If you entered, you should go watch, especially that sweater quantity of yarn. It hasn't been claimed. Yep. There's a chatter thread in the Ravelry group for the Summertime Cal. And Dammy, you're going to tell us who finished projects this week.
A lot of people. So Anna B Knits times 8, Bendy J, Bolt Cupcakes times some 2-digit number, I'm assuming, or maybe it was times 2. I don't know. It got cut off somehow. Whatever. Crouching Cheese, DG White times 2, Eleanor Gamgee, Hazy Summers times 2, Kana Soup, Kex Krumelchin times 4, Knitosaurus times 3, Knit Princess 83, Knitter Gatherer times 2, Knitter Joe 2, Cosmic, Little Angel SG2 times 3, Lizzie C times 2, El McCall times 2, Long Tall Katie times 3, Muzzer Z times 12, MV Knits times 2, Rainbow Ange, Saratoga Knitting times 2, Sawcat, S Keeling, Slaw 0514 times 2, Sydney 1C, Sylvia 1002 times 3, The VFB times 2, and Ryder Darling times 3.
Great job, everybody.
Yay.
So keep working on those projects. You have 2 weeks, 3 weeks exactly to finish up. All right, well, we have another cow to talk about, so we're going to move on.
And now we're going to talk about our 52 weeks of charity Cal.
So this started on the 1st of January and it runs through the 31st of December. It's for any project that you knit, crochet, or weave that you donate to charity. So to be eligible for prizes, you have to complete 52 items over the course of 2016. You don't necessarily have to do one a week, but 52 total. So what number preemie hat did I say was on this week? 32?
I don't know.
So if you're trying to keep up weekly, you should be around 32 right now. But if you are just now seeing this and you want to join in and do 52 before the end of December, you can do it. We're glad to have you. So no whips are allowed. You can poly dip in other cals, including our Summertime Cal. So you post your FOs a little differently for this. So what you will do is claim a post in the FO thread, and then every time you finish another project, you go in and edit your post so that all 52 of your items are in one post.
Like stash dash.
Exactly. You can donate your FOs to any charity you choose, or if you want to send them to us, we're donating to Knit for Peace, and Preemie Hats will be going to Preemies UK. You must be a member of the Geeky Girls Knit podcast group on Ravelry to participate. The tag for this is GGK52 WOC, Weeks of Charity, Cal 16. GGK52 WOC, Cal 16. We'll lock the thread the morning of the 1st of January and draw winners for prizes on the next podcast after that. You'll have 30 days to claim your prize. There is a chatter thread. Let me tell you the prizes. So right now we have one skein of West Yorkshire Spinners Signature 4-ply in the Holly Berry colorway. And for every 7 people who complete 52 items, I'll add another skein of West Yorkshire Spinners yarn. We also have a Bernay Coral Pom-Pom and a Lion Brand Black Cat Pom-Pom from Catherine, who is Tia and Cat. And Mary, who is Jammin' to Knit, donated 3 single patterns from her Ravelry store. So thank you so much, Catherine and Mary, for your prize donations. So this morning, Dammy and I went through the entirety of all the posts in the charity FO thread. And as of this morning, we have completed 554 items for charity. That's epic. Great job, everybody. So keep working on those charity items and get them posted, and you will have probably a pretty good chance of winning a prize. All right, we have one more cow to talk about. let's move on.
Now we're going to talk about our Gilmore Girls Cal.
So this is a Cal that we are doing with Jilly, who's Vegan Jilly of the Knitting Broomstick podcast. So this Cal started on the 1st of August and runs through the 30th of September. It's for any project you knit, crochet, weave, or spin that you can convince us is related to Gilmore Girls. No whips are allowed August 1st or later and finished by September 30th. You can poly dip in other Cals, it's totally fine. Every project you finish and post in the FO thread counts as one entry into the giveaway, with the exception of if you knit my Where You Lead, I Will Follow socks, which are Gilmore Girls inspired. You can post them twice in the FO thread, and there's info about that in the second post of the FO thread. Another special thing that is brand new this week, how would you say her name? Marjane, who is Lucius Art on Ravelry. She's made a special offer to Gilmore Girls Cal participants. If you knit and enter into the Cal one of her 3 Rory-inspired patterns, there's a hat, a cable mitts, and a cable Cal pattern. You can then message her on Ravelry and she'll gift you the entire collection ebook. So knit one of the 3 items, post it in the FO thread, message her, and she'll gift you the entire ebook. Pretty cool, huh? So thank you so much for that lovely, lovely special offer. You have to be a member of both the Geeky Girls Knit podcast Ravelry group and the Knitting Broomstick Ravelry group to participate. The chatter thread for this is in Jilly's group, in the Knitting Broomstick group. The FO thread is in our group. The tag for this is Gilmore GDK TKB, so that's Geeky Girls Knit, the Knitting Broomstick. Gilmore GDK TKB. We'll lock the thread the morning of the 1st of August, and winners will be drawn on our next podcast after that, but they'll also be announced on Jilly's podcast. And you'll have 30 days from the date we announce the winners to claim prizes. And we finally have pictures of all the prizes, so I'm going to go through all of them. If you are interested in donating one, you can PM me, Java Pearl, or Jilly, who's a Vegan Jilly, or email us at geekygirlsnet@gmail.com, and we will work out that with you. So first up, we have a skein of Reggio World College Color 6-ply in the exam colorway with 2 Gilmore Girls postcards. You want us to do the next one?
Oh, a Luzilla Skull project bag donated by Julia, who is Nimrus on Ravelry, and 2 Gilmore Girls postcards.
The next prize is 2 Gilmore Girls bookmarks from... Bookmarks.
Spooky!
I spelled it wrong, and spell check didn't catch it. From the Oyam Poodle shop, and a copy of my Where You Lead, I Will Follow socks pattern, or if you already have that pattern, you can have another pattern from the Java Pearl Designs shop.
A Luke's Diner planner clip from the Oi and Poodle shop, and a copy of CC's Where You Lead, I Will Follow socks, or another pattern from the Java Pearl Design store.
Yep.
We already have that one.
Yep. From Shannon of Yarn at Home Mom, we have a skein of Gilmore Girls themed hand-dyed yarn.
From Trish of Yarn Seller Studios, a project bag. I don't know what's on it.
The picture's on the screen right now.
Oh.
Yeah. From Boga of Knitting in France, we have a skein of her sparkles-based yarn in the Something About CC colorway and 2 stitch markers. Yes, that colorway is named after me, and yes, I knit an entire sweater out of it. Just saying.
You bought the whole first lot.
I did. What else?
Knitting accessories kit from Boga, who is knitting in France.
Yep.
Yeah.
From Michelle of Maple Moose Fibers, we have a project bag and stitch marker set.
A skein of yarn from Michelle Matthias in the I Can't, I Have to Study Rory inspired colorway. Me too.
Yep. Misha's Obsession is her shop. And then Marjan of Lucius Art is donating 2 copies of her Rory Gilmore Hat Pattern Series ebook. That's a lot of prizes. And if you want to know, if you want to see links to the like Etsy stores of these sellers and such, all the links and all the details of these are in the show notes. Yep. All right. Well, that is all. No. We had FOs.
Oh, yeah.
Tell us, Dammy, who finished projects this week?
So, Ingrid Stoka, Little Angel SG2, and Nee Patrish ×2.
Great job, y'all. So work on those Gilmore Girls projects, and you might be a winner. All right, we have more to talk about.
And now it's time for Ask the Geeky Girls, the part of our show where you ask us things and we try to answer them.
That's right. So what is this week's question?
This week's question is from Sonia, who is so enticing, from Utah. I have a question about 2 at a time socks. I'm starting my 3rd attempt at toe up 2 at a time socks. What references would you suggest, books, tutorials, or patterns, and any tips when it comes to knitting the heels? I cannot master this, but I keep trying.
Okay. Go. So in the show notes, I am putting links to a 2-part written/photo tutorial by Heidi Bears Creative on her website, which is really good. And then I also am putting a link to a video tutorial about it. But here is quickly how we do it. We do 1 sock at a time, even though both socks are still on the magic loop. So this is a lot easier to do if you're doing a heel such as a short row heel. Mm-hmm. So what we do is, you finish knitting the front needle, and then you're ready for the back needle, which is where your heel's going to start, and we work. You knit and do your whatever stitches, your wrap and turns, and then you turn it and work along the inside to purl back, and you just keep going till you finish that heel, and then you just kind of disregard that one and do the second one. That's how we do it. I know that you can attempt to do them both at the same time, but you'd be slipping a lot of stitches, because you would just have to slip all the stitches to get back over to the next heel, which I don't recommend. I mean, you can if you want to, but it just seems like it would be more work. So Sonia, check out the links in the show notes for the written photo tutorial and the video tutorial, and we hope that helps. Good luck. You can do it. So, Dammy, if somebody has a question for us, what should they do?
Go to our Ask the Geeky Girls thread in our Ravelry group and post it.
That's right. Alrighty. Well, we have one more thing to talk about. Here we go. Alright, we made it to the end of the show. Okay. So, as we mentioned last week, podcast schedule news. I am going in for surgery Monday morning, the 15th of August. There's a calendar back behind us. That's what I'm looking at. At this point, we don't know how long I'm going to be in the hospital. Anywhere from 1 to 5 days is what they told me at my pre-op appointment this afternoon, right after lunch. So because of that, we don't know when we will record the next podcast. I would be hopeful that we could just miss 1 week and record again the following week, even though it might just be a shorter one with not a lot of the extras. But I'm not sure. So, we will keep you updated in the announcements thread in the Geeky Girls Knit Ravelry group. So, stay tuned there, and we will be back as quickly as we can. We really hate having to skip weeks. I think this will only be the 3rd week that we have not recorded in the last 4 years. So, we will be back. Just give us a little grace and a little patience as I recover from surgery. Okay? All right. Is there any other announcements other than our normal stuff?
I don't think so.
Okay. So, ways you could support the podcast. Patreon is one of the top ways. Patreon is a website where you can sponsor your favorite creatives, whether they're podcasters, artists, singers, lots of things. Musicians. Did I say singers and musicians?
Yeah.
Some musicians are not singers. There you go. And essentially you're pledging a certain amount a month to support the creative person or persons. And we are using that money to upgrade our technology so that no matter where you go to university, we can still record the podcast. And like we showed y'all last week, because of Patreon sponsors, Dammy got a refurbished MacBook. So, there are rewards if you donate via Patreon. We did just change one of the rewards that I just wanted to mention briefly. For the $15 and the $25 monthly levels, we're not going to be hosting a monthly virtual knit night VKN anymore because of the time zone difference. It was making it very difficult to schedule. So instead, we have created a private Google email group for people at those levels. And it's optional. You don't have to join it, but you will be invited. And in that group, you will get access to the podcast the night before it goes live to everyone else, our time. We'll do it because I know obviously it's like middle of the night in the US usually when the podcast goes live. So it'll be earlier the night before. And we also will have some fun communication stuff with y'all via the email group over the month. So, if you would like to learn more about this or sign up to sponsor us, you can go to
patreon.com/geekygirlsnet.
And then there's a couple other ways you can support the podcast on our website.
Yes, there's a PayPal button in the sidebar if you'd like to make a one-time donation.
And what is that site?
geekygirlsnet.com.
geekygirlsnet.com, not knit, or whatever. You can also help us by shopping on Amazon.com or .co.uk by clicking through the links on our website, and that doesn't cost you any extra. Amazon just gives us a little money back based on what you buy, and that is primarily used for postage to ship prizes. And I think that's everything. So why don't you tell them where they can find us online?
You can find us at geekygirlsnet.com. There are links to everywhere else we are online. YouTube, iTunes, Revelry, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, etc.
That's right. Remember to stay tuned after the credits for photos from the Writers Museum. And thank you in advance for your patience with us and your healing thoughts and prayers and love that you've already been sending my way for my upcoming surgery. And we promise you we will be back as soon as we can, even if it's just a few shorter videos for a few weeks while I recover. But we will be back, okay? We love you guys a lot, and we're so thankful for you, and we hope you have a lovely rest of your week. Happy Ravelinics. Have a great one. Bye.
Bye. It's contagious.